On. Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now, we're live on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon. 1212 and place to be with Niqa Mor. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Great, I'm great. I got to shout out the dude, man. I heard your music on Pop Glitz.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, he made a post about you. So I was like, shit, he said he making my job a little easier. I don't got to find nobody, just go off his post.
Look, he's making my job easier because look how the dots connect.
Yep. So I like I heard a few songs. I didn't hear a lot of your music, but I heard like I'm gonna go to your YouTube and let you know which ones I heard. So okay. I heard Red Roses, and then I think he was playing Boss Shit. So them the only ones I heard. But then when I was looking, like this what made me want to interview you too. You had the song from 6 years ago, and then the 4 years ago. So like, oh, she's been doing it for a minute.
Yeah, I've been working for a little minute now. It's been, at least over 10 years.
Okay. So where you from?
I'm from Long Island, Queens. Well, Queens, Long Island. I grew up, I would say, Rosedale area, moved to Long Island like during middle school years. So I'm a New Yorker, a New York native, and I'm currently in LA. So that was a part of my journey, just leaving town and like picking up like the cliche artists, like I'm gonna make it in LA. And yeah, I've been out here for about 2 or 3 years now, and it's been dope.
I said, so you made the right choice moving to LA.
Definitely for me, yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna say, how long you said 2 years ago?
Yeah, about 2 years ago, 2019.
So let us know what you think the difference between LA and New York, like from your point of view, since you're a real New Yorker.
Personally, for me, I just think that one, as an R&B artist, what I was trying to do at the time, there wasn't really like an R&B circuit. And I think for me, when like the drill music or like, the more street music was becoming more popular, I was just trying to find ways to kind of like cut through that. But I think as I left New York, I was able to just be more creative in LA, meet more writers, producers, and that kind of just connect me into this circle where I was able to just be unlimited with it. Not to say that there isn't a New York scene for music. I just think that at the time, like where I was at, I had exhausted all the options, like the showcases, the college radios, doing what I could like for my community. So I just felt like LA really gave me the wings I needed to, to grow.
Yeah, speaking of drill music, I don't know if you heard about this, but I read this today. It was a 14-year-old boy. He like a drill rapper. I don't know where he's from, but they said he got stabbed on the bus by a 15-year-old boy, stabbed to death.
That's crazy.
I was like, damn. Yeah, he was 14 too. Like, I guess nobody knew him. I didn't know him. But yeah, they said he was a drill rapper. I was like, I think they need to leave that drill rap alone. Shit. Because they see like war boy drill rappers be dying every day.
I don't know. I'm really big on like speaking things into existence. And I do believe, what energy you put into your music, whether it be violent or positive or negative, I just think that there is a way that can kind of come back. And, it's very unfortunate, like you said, I guess maybe like the music can influence some sort of, negativity in ways. I think I'm just being mindful of that, like as an artist myself. I just hate to hear like when crazy things like that happen to people, because it's just like, the kids are younger and younger now.
Yeah, I guess they said he was his name, I found it. His name is Ethan Reyes. His rap name is Nadi Osama, and they said he got stabbed to death in a brawl in a Manhattan subway station.
Look, New York, the subways is crazy, and I just feel like, but I could say like it's crazy in New York, but outside, like somebody just got stabbed in the eye the other day by a homeless person in LA. So I just feel like,
oh, you talking about that volleyball player?
Yeah, I just seen that earlier today.
Because that's what she was like, nope, my wife was like, nobody helped her. I said, shit, he said he threw the shit.
I think sometimes you don't even expect it because, on a regular day, like it is pretty normal for that kind of behavior, that like not the stabbing, but just, like chaotic movement outside. And I just feel like you got to be safe. You got to like protect yourself at all times.
But I know you're going to say I'm stupid, but sometimes say like, it can be simple. Like me and my wife, I live in San Diego, but her family lives in San Bernardino. So I'll be like, you want me to bring the gun with me? Cause shit, you just never know what's gonna happen sometime. like, you ain't gonna, like, I'm pretty sure she never thought like when she left a restaurant, somebody's gonna throw something here in the face with the shit. So
that's what I'm saying. It kind of makes you second guess things now. It's like, well, at first you're like, oh, it might be a joke to bring the gun with you, but it's like, well, if I'm gonna be getting attacked by people, get my eye gouged out, like, I don't know. It kind of just makes me think differently now.
Okay. So what made you want to be a singer?
I'm definitely born into music. My mom is a jazz cabaret singer. My dad grew up playing piano and bass. So I'm like I say like a love child of R&B for sure. Like that's all I ever listened to growing up in the house. Like Joe, Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind and Fire, Donell Jones. And I just feel like the fusion of them being musicians kind of just naturally pushed me into wanting to sing. I've been singing since I was a baby. And then that turned into writing, songwriting, and then just creating my own music and just being an independent artist for years.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, do you write? So you write as well?
Yeah, writing is just like my bread and butter for me. I've always grown up like writing poems and poetry, and that kind of led into writing songs, and then which I now call like rapping and rap sing, or I think the wordplay has always been like the bread and butter of my artistry for me.
And I saw you said I was reading your bio saying you opened up for I would say Bow Wow. You opened up for Marion and the rest was history.
Yeah, I did. I did in 2016. Yeah, that was like my first, like at when you're at your hometown and you kind of get like that superstar that comes to town. Like I got to open up for him, and that was just a special moment for me. I think it's just it just goes to show how much effort you put in, and like he was really encouraging, and it was just that moment like, yo, I should keep pursuing music.
So what you think about the Versuz? I know you watched it.
It was a very interesting display of a lot of things happening that night. I was entertained, I'll say that. I was entertained.
We keep watching, we keep going back watching the that shit was funny when all of them was
saying there was a lot to unpack, but yeah, like I definitely saw. I mean, how could you not? It was super viral.
So who won?
Well, I feel like everybody kind of felt like Mario won in that situation. But I think what I was going to say is we have two artists with amazing catalogs, but I think it was like it really came down to the vocals and the showmanship, like what people were really judging off of. Because I think like, I had like a talk with my friends prior to the Versuz, and we were all like, "Oh, Marion got it in the bag."
That's what I said.
We all, but I think I think he kind of came out the gate on some spicy, like the fake B2K group, like just like the trolling, and I think he was just ready for he came like ready for blood, like he was not playing.
So who give us your top 10 favorite artists?
Top 10, I mean, Mariah Carey, Lauryn Hill. I'm gonna say Usher for sure. I'm gonna throw Beyonce in there. And I mean, even Destiny's Child, but I mean, are we talking like groups or just like?
Just whatever.
Okay. Frank Ocean.
Okay.
Miguel. Donell Jones has to go in there. And I don't know what, like, am I at like 8 right now?
Yeah, we say 8.
Okay, let's give 2 more. Stevie Wonder, and I'm gonna say Michael Jackson.
All right. I would say, did you watch the Usher Tiny Desk?
Oh, I sure did. And look, I think this is, like I said, this is one of those moments where it's like, watch this. He pulled up with the vocals. He honestly, like, I've been like a really big Usher stan like my whole life. So I'm always like team Usher. And it was just good to see, like everybody react to, him kind of like cleaning up the chaos that had happened the week prior.
What happened?
I mean, with the Versuz, it was kind of
yeah.
just back to back. It was just a lot going on, and he kind of just was like, "Look, y'all, I ain't the one."
So is this? I keep seeing these posts about Chris Brown and Usher. Is that true, or is it just like a rumor? I
don't think that's real.
Oh, okay.
I feel like Chris Brown himself has said like, I can't, like, there would be no me without Usher. So it's like, how does it even make sense to compete with somebody who like was like the foundation of your artistry? I think, when you're inspired by somebody, it's like, you can compete with them if you reach that level. I just feel like, why would you want to? It just,
I would say,
makes sense.
Yeah, this is another question I had, because people kept, we was talking about this. I heard you say Mariah Carey first. So I was saying that Mariah Carey would beat Beyonce in a Versuz, but other people are saying no. So what's your opinion?
My opinion is
I'm not talking about like all the glitz and glamour. I'm talking about She singing, Beyonce singing. Who will win?
Look, I'm like a product of both women. I feel like I was raised by both. So for me, it's just like they're just two different eras of music. I mean, there was a point where their eras did cross over, but I feel like Mariah, like Beyonce will say herself, like she listens to Mariah like as an influence. So it's like I feel like it's the same thing with Chris and Usher. It's like, how can you compare?
So you gotta put you saying Beyonce gotta do verses with Rihanna or something?
I don't even know who could do a versus would be like, I just don't know. I honestly, who could really, you know what I mean? I feel like everybody's kind of like Rihanna is like Beyonce has created her own lane, Rihanna's created her own lane.
Yeah, I don't think Rihanna worry about music anymore. All that money she making off the other stuff, off the Fendi Savage. And she's the youngest billionaire right now, female billionaire.
She's been a blueprint, you know, just for like being a boss in general. And I think that's awesome as an artist because music isn't the only lane. I think for myself, I'm seeing myself as more of a multi-creative than just a singer-songwriter. It's like I like to draw, I like to do graphic design, I like to edit, and you know, I film my visuals sometimes. Like I like to be hands-on with it. So I don't want to be just contained into one thing. And I think having the ability like to brand yourself like Tyler the Creator, you know, maybe I want to do festivals or make socks or have my own TV show. I think artistry should be beyond just making the music.
Okay. Then you kind of went into the next question. So I was going to say, who is Niqa Mor?
Niqa Mor, I would say, is a product of the past and the future sonically. I feel like I really pick up on like the nostalgic roots of R&B that I grew up on, but I've been privileged enough to live through enough eras of music to have the Drakes and the Party Next Doors and the Frank Oceans to pull from as well. So I kind of see myself as a byproduct of that. And where I see the future of music going is continuing that fusion and bringing both of those worlds together.
Okay. I would say, so that's who was you naming for the old school people?
Stevie Wonder, I say Earth, Wind and Fire. I listen to Guy, I listen to Blackstreet, like Jodeci. Like I'm deep in the R&B pocket for sure.
Yeah, my favorite group is H-Town.
I love H-Town. Dino. Yeah. I don't feel like
I'm the fourth member. I had interviewed them and they said I could be the fourth member. So I be getting down sometimes.
That's what's up. Look, that's an honorary title. I was just watching their Unsung about like a week ago. It's just interesting to see like their rise and just like I think he said that he like Dino had written like this song before he passed away, and it was just so like telling of what was to come for him. And I just, like I said, you got to watch what you speak in the music. Like,
yeah, I don't know. So I'm a real big fan. So I heard something. So Dino, he died. You remember I guess his girlfriend was pregnant when he died.
They were in a car crash, I think.
Yeah. So guess who ended up adopting the baby and goes with his wife now?
What?
So Dino wife, girlfriend, wife, whoever that lady was that was in the car accident, the baby, the baby's still alive. But guess who the lady is with now? Who adopted the baby?
Who?
Joe Rogan.
What?
Yep. I was like, damn. I was like, how that happen? Yeah.
What a chaotic.
Yep.
I would have never expected you to tell me that.
Yeah, but I was like, well, at least the kid in good hands because Joe Rogan got all this podcast money he making. So I was like, damn, I would never thought that.
Okay. Look, you learn something new every day.
Yep. So where you working on right now? Like what projects you got?
Well, I paired up with my producer Perfection and LimeWire. We just dropped an NFT called JPEG.
Okay.
.jpeg. So that's kind of just been a new space for me. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the NFT space, but
yeah, I was actually gonna ask you, did it because last time I heard about it, they said it crashed, so it went back up a little bit, or how's it doing?
I think for me as an artist that's pioneering a new space, there's gonna be ups and downs that I've just been prepared for. I think as far as the future of music goes, having a digital collectible as an artist and having a one-to-one way to connect with your fans where they can buy exclusive content, it's just never gonna go out of style in my opinion. So no matter what the market is doing, I'm still always just keeping my best foot forward, creating the content that people want, and just, putting myself in a position to just be with the next wave of things, whether that means, sticking out the ups and downs I just want to be at the forefront of what I feel like the future is going. And I see a lot of artists and brands converting into that Web3 space. So I kind of just saw it as an opportunity for myself to start my own radio show, Niqa Night Radio, and just create opportunities to bring both worlds together, because I think it's a part of like educating people and getting them to understand what's happening, but also doing it as a movement and kind of like, hey, let's all go this way.
Yeah, even like from my research, it seems like it's better to be the one creating the NFTs than being the one buying them. Because that just from how I'm looking at it, it seems like how you saying the ones that create them and they're selling them. I don't really know about the buying them yet. I'm trying to figure it because
I mean, I think that's the same.
Unless you buying somebody valuable, like you buying the NFT of somebody like an artist.
But look, Frank Ocean says, "Hey, I'm unlocking a song and some, poems that no one's ever seen before." That's one of my favorite artists. I'd be very inclined to collect and be like a one-of-one collector for something that's so unique. And so I think we forget the value of what we place on content or things that people are doing. As a kid, it's like I was right up at the front row, ready to take pictures and, be around my favorite artists. And now it's kind of like being the artist. I think I know what the fans want. I'm looking at the content more as a gift. It's like they want to come to shows behind the scenes. They want to hang out with you, or they want to FaceTime you, or what, like they just want to connect. And so if we can create a world where they can do that effortlessly and they can invest in the artist as well and help them get to the next level, I think that's dope, because it's like the artist is the stock that you're investing in. And the more that I put into my career and get lit, if you have a piece of my artistry, it's like a time capsule. It's like, it's never gonna go out of style.
And then you saying Niqa at Night, you just remind me of, I might be older than you, but when I hear that, I hear Niqa at Night.
Yeah, it's a playoff of Niqa at Night. I grew up watching a lot of like Nickelodeon and TV, and I feel like Niqa at Night is like this alter ego I created for like my late night TV, like mixtape rap vibes. So it's kind of just a new world that I'm building, and it's been awesome to one, like have a radio show where I can celebrate traditional R&B like Quiet Storm, but also, bring new people to the table and discuss Web3 NFTs. And, like it's like a digital party for me. Just talking to my fans and just getting, that one-to-one connection.
Have you say you've been out here for 2 years. Have you ever listened to Art LeBeau?
I have not.
Yeah, they usually, yeah, at night they usually play Art LeBeau on the radio at night. It's like the old school, but he 97 now, but he been doing that shit for years. Like
I'm sure. The thing is, it's like if I'm around and I'm driving around, like I might tap into the radio, but it kind of seems like everybody's been really customizing what they listen to. Mm-hmm. So like radio shows haven't really been at the forefront, I think, as much lately, unless you like have an actual stereo where you can tap in. And so for me, that's why I've been like kind of doing more digital Twitter radio shows or like podcasts or things like that, because it's kind of the new, but like bringing that radio feel to these new platforms.
I don't know. It's kind of, I guess it's just a balance, because then it is people like, I'm thinking that too, because like only time I listen to the radio is like my phone dead, basically. I have no other reason to
right.
But it's people that still use they still listen to the radio. They like, some people like to listen to the radio because they get prizes, or they listen to it at work. But I'd be like, damn, people listen.
You just reminded me, like growing up, I think like in 4th grade, I used to listen to like Star and Buck Wild, and they did have like a competition, and I got to sing for En Vogue, and I won 2 Alicia Keys diary CDs. So that was kind of just like as a kid, like that was confirmation for me. Like I love like the idea of just like the luck of, oh wow, like they answered my call. I get to sing right now, like on my way to school. And then, like for them to mail the CDs to my house, like that's just something I won't forget. And I love like radio experiences. I kind of miss that energy of like, there's like a host up at a station. You go up to the station and you get to like meet people in person and just politic like we do it right now.
I'm saying, did you say what you sing in Vogue?
I think they were actually having people sing Alicia Keys' Fallen to win the CD. So they were just like the guests at the time, and they were like, we got the passes for Alicia. We got, her tour coming up, like you sing Fallen or whatever. And it was like a little competition that they had.
And then guess what I heard? It's another thing. I be just finding out random stuff. Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats, guess where they live? They live out here in La Jolla, but I guess it's the Iron Man house.
Look, that house is on my vision board. I'm trying to buy it from them like 10 years from now. I'm telling you, that house is insane. It's like the most cinematic. Like, and if you watch their Vogue interview, it's like the most extravagant. Like, it really is Iron Man's house.
Yeah, that shit's cool. So you already know. I saw that house.
Look. I've been like, you got good taste because I pay attention to like that architecture is dope.
All right. So what do you say right now? What are your goals and visions as an artist?
My goals and my vision as an artist right now is to really just I want to just make Niqa Mor, like that household name. And that's really the era that I'm like building towards right now. I just want to collaborate with the greats. I want to, get that Grammy, go #1 on Billboard. Like I have, some very intense visions. And I feel like a lot of it is just bringing that energy back to R&B, like revolutionizing it and just bringing it back to like that point where I think, people were just coming from the soul and they were singing from their hearts and they were making melodies that just came from like being authentic. And I think, R&B is like such a sensitive thing for me that I know that the intention in the music that I'm creating and the passion that I put into it is something special. And so I'm just excited to see, like how my perspective of R&B affects people when I put the music out.
What you say? What's your favorite song you came out with so far?
I mean, I think so far, like things that I've released, or like, I think
coming out.
I mean, I have a ton of unreleased stuff that like becomes my new favorite. I think as an artist, when you're making new things, you're more inclined to like lean towards the newest stuff you're making, and then you look at the old stuff like, yeah, that was cool, but this new shit, like. But I think like one of my favorite songs I put out is Damage. I think it's my most popular, but it's on some like reggae dance hall vibe. I'm Jamaican and West Indian, so I think it's just cool to just tap into my roots and see so many people dancing to my music, which is nice because I don't really feel like you get a lot of dance records anymore. So I just want to be able to like put a smile on people's face and make people dance, make people feel good, and use that with my gift.
And what is Psalms 46:10?
Be still and know that I am God.
Yeah, that's right. I like that song. It's a song like that too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, did you just come up under your mother, like learn from her, or did you like go to choir, go to church? Or how did you develop your style?
Well, my style definitely started with my mom, like always going to her voice lessons. She's in the cabaret space, so that's a very like theatrical, like Frank Sinatra, Billie Holiday. I kind of got the foundation of just like the American songbook through her. And then as I developed my own taste, like growing up, like I said, my parents love R&B, so I'm always in the house listening to Joe or Mary J. Blige or Aaliyah or Mariah Carey, and that kind of just developed my palette for music. And I think moving into the next phase of things, I just started to experiment on my own. Like rap was kind of really big in the 2010s, and so artists like Drake, kind of Nicki Minaj, like they pushed me to like just play around with like the idea of being able to spit, and that kind of just became a signature for me that a lot of people like push me towards doing in conjunction with the singing, and that's kind of like become I'd say like the two worlds combined, and I just been running with it ever since.
You coming out with a rap CD?
I might. I think I got a few alter egos in there. I mean, the record that we dropped with LimeWire is a rap influence record, and Boss shit too. That's just something that I like to tap into, being a New Yorker and having, that energy. I think it's always cool to just play into those alter egos.
And your mom, she's the one with the video, I'm Not Broken?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was listening to her earlier. That's tight though. That's tight. You already got like your mom is in the game. She can give you advice and stuff.
It's honestly really full circle because like my parents are divorced, but we did grow up, together at some point. I feel like when they divorced and they went their separate ways, like you just get a lot of full circle moments with my family where it's like my mom is now moving out here, and for her to move out here during like just like the change of like things going on in my career, and just like to be able to have her a part of the things that I'm doing. I really am just a family oriented person, and I want to win with the people I love. And that's the most important thing to me, is like creating a radio show where I can bring my friends in, and creating music with my friends and family. My sister, I write with my sister who's an artist as well, and just sharing that energy and keeping my circle close and tight knit. You know, like we love God, and we just making moves and knocking things out the park, and just blessings have been unfolded.
So I heard you say your mom moving out here. So most of your family's out here now, or are you still in New York?
Well, the majority of them are still in New York, but I kind of feel like I'm converting everybody to come over slowly. Like I got a lot of friends to move out here, and now like my mom moving is gonna be like a big piece to the puzzle for sure.
Yeah, for me, it just depends. Like, I'm from Mississippi, so LA is like too. I don't like LA. It's like too fast. And I'm like, I live in San Diego, but I don't live in the city. Like, I live in San Diego County. So where I'm at is kind of like it's Oceanside, so it's kind of not.
You say you feel like LA moves too fast?
Yeah, for me, because I'm from the South.
Really? People from New York swear like LA is so much
LA,
slower.
for New Yorker, yeah. I'm saying it's all perspective. Because I'm saying a New Yorker
right.
LA too fast, but somebody from the South gonna be like, shit, LA. So I don't want to live in LA, but I like where I can go to LA if I need to. But I wouldn't want to live in LA. I said I like it where I'm at.
To me, I'm like, it's really not that fast out here. I think it's kind of like very low key, and a lot of people are only like, if there's an event going on, everyone's outside, and then if not, it's like crickets. So I kind of feel like for me, I'm a visual person, and I like to be around like mountains and trees, because those things stimulate me and they allow me to just be more creative. Where New York is like colder, and you don't really, it's not that you don't have visuals there, but if I want to go shoot a music video, it's like you got the Brooklyn Bridge, you got a couple of streets in the city, and like it's not much.
So you be hiking and stuff?
Yeah, I definitely, like smoothie, vegan life, like it definitely changed a lot of things, but I think for the better. I want to live long. I want to be able to just be healthy, like be positive, and like mostly surround myself with positive energy. That's the most important thing. I cannot have things polluting my world. And so I think having the space to like create my own identity, do what I want with my artistry, it's like the ultimate freedom.
Man, let me see what else. You got any upcoming shows?
I want to get into some metaverse shows. I want to do some live shows, but I feel like with what's been going on in the world, it's kind of hard to predict with these shows, like when something is coming up. But I'm always open. I've been like hearing a lot about metaverse shows and NFT shows, NFT NYC. So that's something I wanted to get into. But honestly, anything that comes up that I feel is like aligned with me, I'm interested in doing more shows for sure. It'd be nice to get out there again.
Yeah, I think the metaverse that's a good move anyway. So that's attached to Facebook. So.
It's different too, because they said, it's like you're creating the show virtually, but you're still, it's like a different experience, but you're still getting paid off the shows and you're still promoting yourself, but it's like you don't have to pay for like the tour bus fees and things like that. So it's just a different.
I'm gonna shout out Erica Badu because she started it.
Oh, where?
Yeah, she started the virtual concerts during COVID.
I didn't.
She was the first one to start doing them. She did like 4 or 5 of them. You don't remember that?
No, I didn't. You should send me some links because I would love to see that.
If I find them, I'll send it to you. But yeah, it was like, COVID first happened, then like when it just shut down. So Erica Badu was the first one.
I know she did a Versuz, but I didn't know she did like a virtual concert. That's different.
Had them come to her house and everything. So
that's dope. I'm all about just like reinventing the ways that things are done, because I think like times have changed so much. Like we're on Zoom right now, but I'm sure prior to this we would have probably been in person. It's just the times.
Yeah, even like I was like, man, I be looking at shit now. I'll be like, okay, even now I was looking at some jobs and like all these jobs are remote. I'm like, shit, that means they could have been remote. You know what I'm saying?
but that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm always a person that's gonna question. It's like, if you're giving me multiple choice, like I don't want to just see A, B, C, and D. I'm like, there's got to be more options in this, because like it can't just be what you're showing me. And I think a lot of these shifts kind of just made everybody think smarter. It's like, oh wait, so we don't have to go into an office. And then everybody was like, maybe I'll start a business. And then now everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. And, you know, I think that's the kind of thing that creates a renaissance or creates a change. It's like when we all like collectively are like, this doesn't work for me. I need to do something different.
And then who would you consider your hero?
My hero, I would say my parents, because I think without them, I wouldn't be here. 1, 2, I think there are a lot of lessons that they try to teach you. And then until you go out in real life and experience it, you don't really understand the sacrifices or what it took for you to even be where you are. And so, you know, I really just credit them to just constantly like supporting me and pushing me. You know, my dad, like when I would be on GarageBand, just coming up with ideas, he was always like making everybody listen to them and pushing me to record, going to every studio session with me. You know, my mom, when I started getting into acting, she's right there. So I just think that, you know, I'm privileged to have that experience with my parents, and without them, I would not be where I'm at right now.
What would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
That anything is tangible, anything is possible. It's a mindset. Just keep the faith, stay focused, have a vision, have a plan, and validate yourself. Don't wait for people to tell you if they think it's hot. Like, just constantly think that you're doing amazing things, and just continue to like know that it's always working out in your favor. Just keep going.
Mm-hmm. And then what advice would you give to a new artist?
I would say have fun and experiment, and remember why you love to make music. Remember why, you know, like I think it has to come from a pureness, like a pure place. I make music because I love to like sing in my grandma's garden when I was growing up. Like when I saw Lauryn Hill sing on Sister Act 2, that was a moment for me where I'm like, I want to do this.
Oh yeah, she went off on that song though.
Yeah, and I think like when you say like the upbringing, like that was kind of like the church. I listened to a lot of like soulful singers growing up, like the church element. Like I did go to church, but I think my first experience of hearing soulful singers was Lauryn Hill. Well, you know, like, you know, more spiritually aligned vocalists, and they were singing to God, for God. And I think that's just something that I always keep in the back of my mind. Like the gift that I was given is for a reason. And so, you know, just keep pushing, keep going.
All right. I was about to go into one of your videos. Which one you want me to play?
You could play Boss Shit, because we were loading it, and we're gonna do an NFT with all the BTS and all the like the more uncut, like my personal VHS footage from that day, and just kind of show everybody like my team, and like we made all the outfits from scratch. So that's just something that, you know,
You got like a little like a Tomb Raider outfit on, something, right?
Yeah, I wanted to, you know, Black Tomb Raider. I don't feel like that's been done before. We really wanted to show different elements of boss energy.
Yeah, I actually saw I saw a battle. I don't know if you watched like URL or nothing like that, but it was a battle they did, and it was a girl, her name Gata. She came out dressed like Tomb Raider too.
Oh, that's lit.
Right.
I had to see that.
All right, we finna go into it right now.
Niggas, you play me, yeah, I'm about to rise, I don't need you. This Louis top of the see-through, he see me a lot, and don't see you. We pick it, we shop, but we eat too. He lying about me to keep you. Say I'm his boss when I meet you. You say no rhyme, they ask for pics when it's sneaker. I get 50K to get on a feature. If I don't get it, I won't get on it neither. You shouldn't have front when the shit was just cheaper. Bullshit, I say sometime by not paying a meter. I just saw the ticket when I was drifting, and I got my assistant to pay with the visa. I do not fuck with you bitches, don't play with me neither. Yeah, yeah. I might just bet me a nigga to play with his heater. I get the feeling that you really feeling me, that's what you like, yeah. You wanna fuck with me, then baby, you gotta get on my time, yeah. A nigga just told me I act like a nigga, I'm up on that time, yeah. He got you a rollie, but in in that like money don't got all the diamonds. I don't got best for these haters, I only got hate for these haters, ain't doing no favors. I got a nigga to drive me where I be doing me, you know I ain't doing it later. Went through like 50 in paper, she only just talk about paper, that bitch is a faker. I cop an ace like a Fenty, I really spend more on my makeup, you niggas is basic. Oh shit, outside in the AMG reading my message. I just had a nigga that I was testing, but I sent him the cash up to dead all the questions. Yeah, this ain't no jeweler, it's straight out the freezer. Yeah, yeah, you ain't no shooter, don't play with me neither. I get the feeling that you really feeling me, that's what you like, yeah. You wanna fuck with me, then baby, you gotta get on my time, yeah. A nigga just told me I act like a nigga, I'm up on that time, yeah. He got you a rollie, but in that like money don't got all the diamonds.
I said, what that mean? You said a nigga told you act like a nigga. What that mean?
It means he's like, look, you acting like me. I'm supposed to be the one calling the shots, and you out here running shit.
Then what? I like the part you said. You said you gave him that cash app to stop all the questions, huh?
Look, money talks. Talk to me nice.
Hey, that should be funny. You ever seen that meme? They be like, "You want to bless my cash app?" And they start praying. Shit, I don't know what you talking about. It's talking about cash app. I don't know what to
That's
say.
funny.
All right, I want to say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
Thank you so much. I had a fun time.
No doubt, we got to get you back on in the future. Whenever you come out with something new, let me know.
Definitely, I shall.
All right, you got any? Tell me I'd hit you up. Any shout outs?
Look, Niqa Night mixtape dropping soon. We got the JPEG with LimeWire out. And you know, more music always. I'm always writing and putting out new things. So I'm excited for the next couple of months. It's gonna be dope.
Are you talking about LimeWire, like the old LimeWire, like you down?
They're back as an NFT marketplace now.
Oh, all right. That's what I said. I thought you said LimeWire. I'm like, LimeWire?
Yeah, they reinvented themselves. So they like pretty much the company is coming back instead of like a music downloading platform. They're letting artists sell created content, digital content. So whether it be music videos or unlockable BTS or anything of like that kind of, you know, category, like they're allowing artists to pair up with them, and they have their own capsules, our own portal where you can go on, buy the NFT, get all the collectibles, unlock things. And it's going to be exclusive content that I don't put out like on my Instagram or my Twitter and things like that. So yeah, it's dope. I'm excited to see what they do with this because them rebranding is like super nostalgic for me. All I did was download songs and burn CDs on LimeWire when I was growing up. So
I did. I did fucked up my damn computer downloading shit off LimeWire.
oh, look.
Download viruses and shit.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
All right, I'm gonna let you go, but I'm say give us the best piece of advice you ever received.
The best piece of advice I ever received is certain things don't qualify to get on your nerves. You can't let things qualify to get on your nerves. Like there has to be just a threshold with what you allow to bring you down energetically. And if you can master that, then you're gonna be unstoppable because shit won't bother you.
That's that bullshit, huh?
Boss